Dear brothers and sisters, a portion of our revenue is donated to religious orders to pray for souls. If you need prayer for someone, please leave their saint's name below. Thank you for supporting Faith Wonders.
In the beginning, there was nothing. A vast, silent void stretched endlessly, dark and unformed. Water covered everything, a deep and restless abyss, and the earth as we know it had yet to take shape. Time itself seemed suspended, as if the universe were holding its breath. Amid this cosmic silence, a sudden spark appeared, the first light. It was not the sun or the moon, for the heavens had not yet taken shape. This was a divine illumination, cutting through the darkness, separating night from day, and marking the very first cycle of time. Light, in the ancient imagination, has always symbolized order emerging from chaos, knowledge piercing ignorance, and life triumphing over death. Across human history, civilizations looked to the skies and waters and felt the same awe. The Egyptians saw light as the manifestation of Ra, the sun god, who rode his golden bark across the heavens each day. In Mesopotamia, scholars and priests observed the movements of the stars and planets, believing that the cosmos itself was alive, a stage where divine order unfolded. In this first chapter of creation, the act of bringing forth light was more than physical. It was the establishment of rhythm, a pulse for the universe. Day and night became markers of existence, a framework for living beings yet to come. Darkness was not destroyed, but kept in its place, reminding us of the contrast that makes light meaningful. As the first light spread across the waters, it revealed textures in the chaos, rippling waves, still pools, and the latent potential of all that would follow. In a world without form, the light allowed the formless to begin speaking, to hint at mountains, valleys, and the life that would soon inhabit them. It was the moment when creation began to breathe, when the universe moved from emptiness to possibility. This was the dawn of everything, the threshold between nothingness and existence. The first light, pure and untamed, illuminated not only the void, but the imagination of those who would, centuries later, look up at the sky and remember that even in the beginning, order and beauty were possible. On the second day, the Creator turned attention to the vast waters and the empty sky. Where once darkness and water had mingled without form, a division was made. The waters above were separated from the waters below, and the expanse between became the firmament, the sky itself. This was not merely an act of organization, but a declaration that the universe had structure, a space in which life could one day flourish. Ancient peoples, looking at the sky and the seas, sensed this invisible division. To them, clouds were the vault of the heavens, rivers were arteries of the earth, and rain a gift that fell from one to the other. Myths emerged. In Mesopotamia, the heavens were seen as a great dome held above by the gods, while beneath, the chaotic waters of the deep hid monsters and mysteries. The separation of water above and below mirrored their understanding of order rising from chaos. From a modern perspective, we can see in this story an early reflection of the atmosphere. The sky above, the atmosphere, holds clouds and weather, protecting life and regulating temperature. Rain falls from these clouds, feeding rivers that carve valleys and fill seas, while the oceans below contain untold ecosystems, vast currents, and the balance that sustains the planet. Though ancient people lacked our scientific knowledge, their observations captured a profound truth. Life depends on the interplay of sky, water, and land. Imagine a world without form, a horizon that blends seamlessly into the ocean, a sky so vast it seems to touch the waters. Early humans, standing on the shore, might have seen storms as divine battles, rain as blessings, and sunlight breaking through clouds as messages from the gods. The act of separating sky from water was, in their imagination, a way to make sense of the mysteries above and below, to see a world that could be navigated and understood. Thus, on this second day, creation gained structure. The heavens were no longer a formless void, and the waters no longer a singular chaotic mass. The stage was set for life, with boundaries and spaces that allowed the first seeds of ecosystems to take root. The separation of sky and water was a reminder that even in the vastness of existence, order and design could prevail. On the fourth day, the Creator set lights in the sky, not merely to illuminate, but to mark time, seasons, and the rhythms of life. The sun blazed as the ruler of the day, pouring warmth and energy over the earth. The moon rose to govern the night, reflecting light and guiding the cycles of months. Stars sprinkled across the heavens, points of wonder and navigation, their positions a map for travelers and a clock for priests and farmers alike. In the ancient world, the sun, moon, and stars were far more than physical objects. They were symbols of divine order. Civilizations observed their movements to guide agriculture, celebrate festivals, and structure society. The Egyptians revered Ra, the sun god, who journeyed across the sky in his golden boat each day, defeating darkness and chaos. In Canaan, celestial patterns marked the timing of feasts and harvests, while priests and astronomers read the heavens for omens, messages from the gods embedded in constellations. The stars themselves inspired countless myths. Some were seen as heroes frozen in the sky, others as beasts chasing one another across the night. The moon was a gentle guide, its waxing and waning a metaphor for renewal, and its silvery glow a companion to the sleeping earth. People watched eclipses with awe and fear, interpreting these celestial events as signs that the gods were communicating, or perhaps warning. From a scientific perspective, these heavenly bodies regulate life on Earth. The sun provides light for photosynthesis, warmth for survival, and defines day and night. The moon's gravitational pull shapes the tides, influencing ecosystems along coastlines. Stars, while distant, have historically served as reliable markers for navigation and timekeeping, a testament to human ingenuity in reading the natural world. Imagine standing on a plain thousands of years ago, looking up at the night sky. Without electric lights, the stars blaze with brilliance. The moon's glow guides your path, and the sun promises the return of light and life. These celestial bodies were not just tools, they were stories, symbols, and a reminder that the cosmos itself followed a divine design. Thus, on the fourth day, the heavens gained their guiding lights. They became more than illumination, they became instruments of order, measurement, and wonder. Through sun, moon, and stars, humans glimpsed the rhythm of creation and felt connected to the greater tapestry of life unfolding around them. On the third day, the Creator turned attention to the land itself. From the fertile soil sprang grasses, shrubs, and towering trees. Flowers burst into color, filling the air with fragrance, while fruit-laden branches promised nourishment. The earth, once barren and silent, began to hum with the quiet energy of life. Each plant, from the smallest sprout to the grandest oak, bore purpose and order, woven into the rhythms of the seasons. In ancient symbolism, plants carried deep meanings. The tree of life represented immortality and sustenance, a divine gift that linked heaven and earth. The tree of knowledge symbolized awareness and choice, reminding humans that with freedom comes responsibility. Herbs and grains were not only food, but medicine, a bridge between survival and wisdom. The diversity of plant life reflected the Creator's care, ensuring balance and beauty in every corner of the earth. Imagine the first garden, soft green meadows stretching to the horizon, dotted with wildflowers in every hue. Rivers wound through the landscape, reflecting sunlight that danced upon leaves. Birds and insects moved among the branches, pollinating flowers, completing the cycle of life. In this garden, every plant had a role, from towering cedars offering shade to delicate lilies that whispered in the breeze. It was a world alive, harmonious, and inviting, a paradise in miniature. Early humans, encountering such landscapes, often imagined gardens as sacred spaces, places where heaven touched earth. In Mesopotamia, gardens were walled sanctuaries, reflecting the divine order of creation. In myths and stories, these gardens became symbols of paradise, a reminder of harmony between nature and humankind. The very act of cultivating land, planting seeds, and tending crops was seen as participating in creation itself, a continuation of the divine work begun in Eden. Thus, on the third day, the earth transformed. What was once bare became lush and vibrant, a testament to life's resilience and beauty. Plants brought sustenance, shade, and color, but also meaning, symbols of growth, wisdom, and the interconnection of all living things. In the first garden, life took root, and the stage was set for the creatures and humans who would soon walk its soil, marvel at its wonders, and continue the story of creation. On the fifth day, creation expanded into motion. The waters teemed with life, and the skies echoed with song. From the smallest fish to the mightiest whale, every aquatic creature came into being, filling the oceans, rivers, and lakes with movement and vitality. Above, birds took flight, wings catching the wind, tracing patterns across the heavens, their calls weaving through the air like music. Life now had rhythm, a pulse that mirrored the order of creation itself. In the imagination of ancient peoples, the seas and skies were home to wonders both real and fantastical. They envisioned enormous sea serpents curling beneath waves, leviathans whose immense size inspired awe and fear. Birds were not merely creatures of flight, but messengers of the divine, soaring between the mortal world and the heavens. These images reflected a deep reverence for nature's power, a recognition that life in water and air held mysteries beyond human understanding. From a modern perspective, these stories contain glimpses of biological truths. Fish populate every aquatic habitat, from shallow streams to deep ocean trenches, performing critical roles in ecosystems. They recycle nutrients, maintain balance, and form the base of complex food chains. Birds, with over 10,000 species, provide pollination, seed dispersal, and pest control, while adding the beauty of movement and song to our environment. Even the largest ocean creatures, like whales, illustrate the extraordinary diversity and interconnectedness of life on Earth. Imagine standing on a shore, watching the sunrise reflected across a vast, undulating sea. A school of shimmering fish bursts through the surface, and overhead, a flock of birds arcs gracefully, riding the morning air. In the minds of ancient observers, these movements were not random. They were signs of divine design, rhythms written into the fabric of the world. Stories of giant sea monsters may have originated from encounters with whales or massive fish, transformed by imagination into legends of awe. The fifth day reminds us that life is abundant and interwoven. Every fish, bird, and imagined creature plays a role in a complex tapestry, connecting water and air, sky and sea. Humans, witnessing this, could see both the practical order, food, survival, navigation, and the poetic one, the beauty and mystery that stirred the soul. Creation was no longer silent or static. It now danced with movement, sound, and color, preparing the stage for the creatures of the land and, ultimately, for humanity itself. Thus, on the fifth day, the waters and skies were alive, vibrant with life and potential. From the flutter of a bird's wing to the surge of a whale through deep currents, creation revealed both its wonder and its order, inviting humans to marvel, learn, and participate in the ongoing story of life. In ancient imagination, this story illustrated fundamental truths. Humans were not mere inhabitants of the earth, but stewards, participants in a divine order. The animals symbolized both companionship and the natural laws that guide life, while the garden itself represented balance, abundance, and the delicate harmony between freedom and responsibility. Myths and stories around Adam and Eve conveyed lessons about awareness, consequence, and the ethical use of knowledge, a mirror of human potential and limitation. Thus, on the sixth day, creation was complete. Land animals roamed freely, and humanity stepped into the world with purpose. The garden was not just a place, but a lesson in life. Freedom intertwined with responsibility, awareness with action. In Adam and Eve, humans could see their own reflection, called to marvel at creation, care for it, and navigate the profound gift of consciousness in a world alive with beauty, challenge, and wonder. On the sixth day, creation reached its climax. The dry land, now lush and fertile, became home to creatures that walked, ran, and prowled across its surface. Lions, elephants, deer, and countless other animals emerged, each with unique traits, behaviors, and roles in the tapestry of life. From the smallest insects to the largest beasts, the land pulsed with energy and diversity, reflecting the careful design of the Creator. Then humanity was brought forth, Adam and Eve, crafted in the very image of God. Unlike the animals, humans bore consciousness, awareness, and choice. They were given dominion over the earth, tasked with caring for the creatures and cultivating the land, yet also endowed with freedom to act, to learn, and to understand the consequences of their decisions. This gift of self-awareness set humans apart, introducing moral responsibility and the potential for wisdom or error. The Garden of Eden, their first home, was paradise. Rivers winding through green fields, fruit trees laden with abundance, and every creature living in harmony. It was a space where humans could experience freedom, delight in creation, and explore the world with curiosity. Yet it was also a space of learning. The trees of life and knowledge stood as symbols of both sustenance and the weight of moral choice. Every action carried meaning, and every decision shaped the relationship between humanity, nature, and the divine. On the seventh day, after 6 days of meticulous creation, the Creator paused. The work of shaping the heavens, seas, land, plants, animals, and humanity was complete, and the universe, now alive and ordered, rested. This was not a day of inactivity born of fatigue, but a day of reflection, harmony, and fulfillment, a sacred pause woven into the rhythm of existence. In the culture of ancient Israel, this rest became known as the Sabbath, a holy day set apart for reflection, worship, and renewal. From Friday evening to Saturday evening, no labor was to be done. Families gathered, prayers were offered, and people were reminded that life was not solely about toil, but about the balance between work and rest. The Sabbath honored creation itself, acknowledging that all living beings, including humans, required periods of pause to rejuvenate body, mind, and spirit. The concept of rest carried deeper significance beyond the cessation of labor. It was a reminder of order and completeness. The world was now perfect in its design, and rest affirmed that creation had purpose and intention. Ancient texts described this day as blessed and hallowed, a sacred time for contemplation, gratitude, and the recognition that life, like the universe, moves in cycles of activity and repose.
Even beyond religious practice, the principle of rest resonates universally.
In life, human bodies and minds require pause to recover, reflect, and gain clarity. Without rest, energy wanes, creativity diminishes, and connections with others and with nature can falter. Just as the Creator set a rhythm for the cosmos, humans thrive when they honor the natural balance between effort and stillness. The seventh day teaches that rest is not weakness, but wisdom, a chance to renew, observe, and participate in life with awareness. Imagine the first Sabbath, the garden serene, rivers reflecting the morning light, animals resting, and humans walking quietly among the trees. There was time to breathe, to observe the harmony of creation, and to contemplate the marvel of a world fully alive. In this pause, humans understood that the universe is not solely a stage for labor, but also for wonder, reflection, and gratitude. Thus, the seventh day stands as a reminder across centuries and cultures. Life gains meaning through balance. Work and creation are vital, yet so is rest. The Sabbath teaches that reflection, contemplation, and renewal are as essential as action. Through this sacred pause, humanity learns to align with the rhythms of the world, finding harmony in the dance between effort and stillness, and discovering the profound gift of life fully observed and appreciated. As the 7 days of creation unfolded, a profound order emerged from the void. From nothingness came light, separating day from night. From the waters and skies came boundaries and structure. From the fertile land sprang life in countless forms. And finally, humanity was granted consciousness, choice, and responsibility. The rhythm of creation was completed with rest, a reminder that even the act of existence carries within it cycles of activity and pause. Each day built upon the last, revealing a universe meticulously designed, where chaos gave way to order, darkness to light, and emptiness to life. The first day illuminated the world, showing that even the most profound darkness could be pierced by a spark of light. The second day introduced separation, reminding us that boundaries are essential to understanding, that structure allows growth and harmony. The third day brought forth plants and the first gardens, teaching the beauty of diversity and the interconnectedness of life. On the fourth day, the sun, moon, and stars guided the rhythms of time, marking seasons and connecting humanity to the vast cosmos. The fifth day brought motion and sound into the universe. Creatures of the sea and sky filled the world with vitality, demonstrating that life thrives in interconnected systems. The sixth day introduced land animals and humanity, culminating in beings capable of awareness, reflection, and moral choice. And finally, the seventh day, the Sabbath, embodied rest and contemplation, teaching that pause and reflection are as vital as creation and effort. Beyond the narrative, the story of creation carries deep philosophical and spiritual meaning. It is a testament to the possibility of order emerging from chaos, to the triumph of life over emptiness, and to the enduring significance of choice and responsibility. Light conquers darkness, life arises from void, and harmony follows when boundaries and rhythms are honored. These truths resonate across cultures, inspiring humans to reflect on their own lives, the world around them, and their place within the cosmos. Creation is also a mirror for human potential. Just as the universe unfolded with purpose, humans are invited to cultivate their own lives with intention, to bring forth beauty, nurture relationships, and honor the natural order. The story encourages balance, action tempered by rest, freedom guided by responsibility, and knowledge pursued with wisdom. It is a call to recognize that every life, like creation itself, holds the capacity for wonder, growth, and meaningful impact. In the end, the 7 days of creation are more than a historical or religious account. They are a framework for understanding existence, a poetic reflection on life's rhythms, and a source of hope and inspiration. From the first light to the sacred Sabbath, the narrative reminds us that order can rise from chaos, that life is precious and interconnected, and that humans, endowed with awareness and choice, are entrusted to participate consciously in the ongoing story of the world. The creation story invites us to see beyond the material, to perceive the invisible threads of purpose and meaning woven throughout the universe. It is both a spiritual guide and a philosophical reflection, urging humanity to marvel at the world, care for it, and seek harmony within it. In observing creation, we glimpse the infinite care, order, and beauty that underlie existence, and we are inspired to live with awareness, gratitude, and wonder.